Hey, what's up, everybody? What's up, Eli? Welcome to another Bro Talk episode. I'm here with my bros, Ike, Mark G, BMS, and myself. It's good to see y'all, brothers, man. It's a good Monday. I don't know about y'all, but I'm starting early just by saying it's a great Monday for the state of New York, for New York City, and for the world.
Man, here you go. Listen to this. Let me tell y'all something. Let me let y'all in on something, America. I'm about to give y'all my Bernie Mac. Let me let you in on something,
Yeah,
America.
you go ahead, because I know what you about to say right now, but it's okay. Go ahead.
Yep.
Say it.
Yo,
Say what you
listen.
gotta say.
When the Knicks were down by 29, this fair weather fan went to sleep and then woke up and then gonna text our group chat like some ungodly hour talking about some. Yeah, the Knicks won. Like, yo, you clearly didn't see the win.
So tell me
I'm
what
not
happened.
even a Knicks
So
fan,
tell
but
me
I
what
was
happened
awake
for the
for it.
last game. So tell me what I did for the last game. What happened for the last game when they were down by like 13, 14? What happened?
Yo,
What happened?
he's still fair weather.
Where was I at? Where was I at?
He-
I
He's
was
still
watching the game. I was
you
watching the
still
game.
fair weather. And
Bro, I've been a fan. I've been wanting to tell you this. So I said I'm gonna wait for Bro Talk. Bro, I've been a fan since the 90s, bro. I had Patrick Ewing sneakers. John Starks was my favorite player. I've been a fan. I didn't become a fan yesterday.
you
Whole lot of losers, man.
you did yeah,
One of
you
a whole
didn't
lot
know
of
much about
losers.
basketball if John Starks was your favorite player.
But hey, man, listen, that should tell you a lot right there. So,
Yeah,
but
and tell
anyway,
you that you don't know basketball.
we'll get into that in a minute. But I do know one thing though: the Knicks are national champions.
See, he don't even know. It's world champions.
It's world champions. I'm sorry, world champ. Well, I will say, fun fact, because I just realized this because only Magic Johnson has done this. For a basketball player to win a state championship, a national championship, and a world championship, Jalen Brunson is part of a very, very few. How am I saying this? He's part of the few that have done it. That have done it. New York Knicks. All right, so tonight we got a show.
Fair weather fan.
First thing is we got
you muted, bro.
Bro, you are muted.
I'll give y'all a break. I'll give y'all Knicks fan a break, man, because
Give us a break. All right, we'll see what San Fran. We'll see what San Fran gonna do this year.
My dean is a big Knicks fan, and for years,
He definitely is.
I saw him throw. I saw my dean. Everybody's Patrick Setch. That's my guy. Love my dean. And I saw him throw remotes. I saw him not talking to people. I saw my dean's wife used to just look at him like she's scared of him, and she won't say nothing to him. You know what I'm saying? I see all this. I live with my dean for almost a year.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Live with him. And, I want to say shout out to my dean, Patrick Setch, man. And I'm so happy. Between Courtney, my mentor Courtney, Dred, Rastaman, and Rochester, between them two, I salute New York Knicks. And I was rooting for New York Knicks because of them. 53 years.
53.
They don't know what winning was or is. So I'm glad that they have that opportunity to sit in the seat that I've been sitting in for 9 championships.
Oh, because you're a Laker fan?
I am yes, sir. Okay? So I said to you guys, keep it going. Kudos. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I gave it up to y'all. Kudos.
Appreciate it.
You know
so if we want to hear more about sports, you can check out Bilal and Jalen McGill and the Real Deal Sports Show. If y'all want to talk about sports, but how y'all brothers doing?
Yeah, man. I too just want to give kudos to all the Knicks fans, man. Not even to the Knicks, to the Knicks fans, like the real Knicks fans that really like
the real ones. Sir.
With them.
He said the real ones. Put the shirt down. He said the real ones.
Yo, y'all don't know this about B, but he will find a reason to be a hater. He will find a reason.
Just spread which PA brothers won't find that? That's what we do. That's why we're so different, bro. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna like some things and we're not gonna like some things, even if it's likable.
Yeah, man. I mean, somebody had to win the championship this year
You know what I'm
in
saying?
a league where you know the competition was kind of low. You know, it is what it is. Somebody had to take the W. So, shout out to the Knicks. Nah, I'm joking, man. I think it's good for the city of for New York City, man, the state of New York, like, you know, just kind of all the fans to be able to kind of get this W, man, and do it in a year where there's a lot of chaos and craziness. I think what I like most about this championship was the fact that, you know, they were on this crazy run, right? You know, all the way to the championship and not losing a game, and, you know, just kind of, you know, go running through people and sweeping them. And the one game they lost was what game?
When Toronto Trump. Oh, sorry, my bad, y'all.
When that dude,
when the Orange Man was there,
when that man came in the arena, I am so glad that they lost that game, man. I promise you. That just speaks volumes to
and don't forget, he was at the game like this.
Yeah. I mean, he always snoozing. In a time of war and chaos and confusion that he's causing across the world, I think that just solidified what type of person he is. Because the one time he shows up in an arena with a team that was rocking and rolling and doing their thing,
and they was bad too.
Take that out.
They was mad.
He cost us another sweep. We should have had 3 brooms this year.
They told Dolan, man, don't ever do that again. We don't care if you got billions, dude. Don't do it again.
Yeah. So
but
shout out
idiots in New York. The idiots in New York got to cut that nonsense out. They got to know how to celebrate.
Like the non-fans, though, bro. They said those are the non-fans that do
this. You're a non-fan. You're a non. What do you mean they're the non-fans? You're a non-fan,
bro. They crushing buses and taxis,
church, right?
The taxi guy. Church, right? Come on, man. The taxi guy sitting in his cab and getting abused.
Oh, no.
Yo, they like. I mean, listen. You can tell a lot about a person by the fans associated with the organization. Y'all got Knicks fans hitting Wemby in the head with an egg, man, while he walking with his family.
Yo, yeah, that's kind of wild, though. That's kind of crazy.
Where was he at? Where was Wemby at?
He was in New York City. It was after Game 3.
Yeah, because he was
on the road.
Yeah.
Why is Wemby doing outside in New York with his family on the road by himself?
He has security, but what you gonna do?
Nah, but Wemby was kind of anyway. We're not getting.
I don't think Wemby had no security. I don't think he had security because
it's kind of hard not to see him.
Bro, these cats have stuff lined up where they go in their taxis into the venue and back out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? With their family. So I don't know what he thought it was. This is not the time for him to be going around New York and walking around New York. After 2 weeks now, he could take his butt back to New York and walk around and sign some autograph, and people gonna love it. You know what I'm saying? I know. We're gonna talk about sportsmanship. We're gonna touch on that later, but keep going.
All right,
I thought his sportsmanship was very poor.
I'm glad you said that, bro.
I'm sorry. I'm just, I don't want to bite the gun, but I thought his stuff was very, very.
I mean, we're here now, so because that kind of goes into what we're going to talk about today, in terms of champions building a championship mindset for the kids, right? So the kids, they see all this, they see that there was unsportsmanlike behavior, man. So what are some of y'all thoughts on that?
I say don't create bandwagon jumper kids.
Bandwagon jumper kids,
bro. You're not gonna entice me, bro. I've been at this for a long time, bro. I could just go past it.
I think that repeat your question again.
Oh, just saying that we've witnessed a lot of unsportsmanlike conduct during the playoff game. I'm kind of switching the question a little bit. To have everybody, but like, what are some of y'all thoughts on that? Because the kids are watching this.
So, yeah, I mean, a lot of these kids are man. They are sponges, man. They soak a lot of stuff up, and back in the day, you heard Charles and them talk about a lot of stuff, and Shaq and them talk about a lot of stuff. The difference between today and today, and in the past, and they have certain things that has to be a part of the game because that's what makes the game the game. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what sports it is, football, tennis. You know what I'm saying? There's a thing called respect. You know what I'm saying? Respect for your opponent. You know what I'm saying? And if they win, you got to shake their hand. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Jalen Brunson had a phenomenal game. The first thing that dude do after the ball run, he bowl line straight to the coach to shake the coach hand, the head coach, before he even touched any one of his players. He just stick like a beeline straight to the coach the Spurs, and hug him, whisper something in his ears or something like that. And then his father kind of, took him and his father had a moment, and then he celebrated. So from a star to a star, why just walk off the floor and left you, Kareem, there celebrating? No, I should have walked over to you, show that respect, and say, hey man, congratulations. See you next year. You know what I'm saying? I don't care. I could be cocky enough to say see you next year. You know what I'm saying? But he didn't do that. He just walked straight to the locker room. And I thought that man wasn't as I thought that was some disrespectful stuff. Period.
But where like I've seen that with Little League. Like I've seen videos where it's the same thing kind of happening where the coaches, at least from what I saw, the coaches kind of condone that, like all the talking. I mean, they might as well just go to blows instead of playing basketball.
They might as well. Have you? I don't know, man. Listen, it's like that out here sometimes. You know what I mean? This era. I think to Bruce's point, and I totally agree. And I want to kind of take it a little step further. I was listening to some people, who cover sports as well, talk about this, and it didn't sit well with me because they were like, yo, why do I have to go shake your hand? You just beat me, this and this and that. And the reason why is exactly what we're talking about today, is because you have young, impressionable athletes who are watching you. The stuff they see you do is what they're emulating. So it's hard to reinforce and go say to these young athletes, like, look, this is how your favorite player do it when your favorite player ain't doing it. You know what I mean? Like, this is how you play the game. This is how you respect the game and show honor to the game by, no matter how hard you compete, win, lose, or draw, you shake your opponent's hand at the end of the game.
But what about when somebody says, oh, he just passionate or she's just passionate? They just really care about their performance. That's why they acting like that.
Yeah, be mature. You still gotta be mature, and you gotta be a professional.
I agree, B. I just think there's no room for that, bro. It's a national game on TV. It's a game you a star. Not even just say you a star of the team. Even up to the 13th man on the roster should stand back and find a few of the Knicks players, say congratulations. That's what you're doing. You take your butt to the room. You took an L. It is what it is, and you move on, man. Next year, let's do better.
And you competed. They competed you competed hard. You know what I mean? You was out. You threw Jalen Brunson to the ground. Y'all had at the end of the game, end of the series, we got to be able to say, okay, we put all the competitiveness aside and say, hey, listen, respect. We battled hard. We fought hard in the field of competition. And now that it's over, as much as I don't like this, it don't sit well with me, it hurts. Respect, bro. Like, to Bruce's point, yeah, I'll see you next year if that's how. Yeah, we'll see you next year if that's what it's got to be. But show that due respect and keep it pushing.
Yeah,
Also, want to say this is one of the softest Knicks team ever played. One of the softest Knicks team that ever played that won the championship. Because, man, let me tell you something. Ain't nobody gonna throw Patrick Ewing or elbow Patrick Ewing like that.
No, that ain't gonna happen, bro.
Get away with it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But they got a kid in there.
You saw Mitchell tried to, have some retribution.
Ooh.
Mitchell
Robinson.
He's soft. He's soft. He like a porridge. You know the porridge, the caramel porridge, oats porridge, what the Meccan drink.
Yeah,
them soft like that. Soft.
Hart is tough though, man.
I like Hart.
But that's about it. That's all.
Yeah, I gotta give it to him. I don't know, man. I gotta say, Mitchell Robinson was playing tough down there too.
I like Shannon though.
Yeah, like I think what you're saying. I think what y'all saying is, and the game was different. I think the Knicks had a smaller, just overall, just kind of had a smaller team, right, for most of the time that they were out there. But the 90s is different than now. Like, in the 90s, you absolutely can't get away with that because people going to blows and they don't care.
Draymond Green is going to take a game. Draymond Green is going to get a game.
Yo, to be honest, what's his name? Wemby should have been sitting out for a game too.
Oh,
Wemby, he should have been sitting out for a game.
Oh, he should have.
I mean, he had at least 2 flagrants, right?
He was
they just ain't called it. And that's what I'm saying. The game, bro. That's what I'm saying. The game is different right now, right? Bro, they let him get away with it because he's a superstar.
Bro,
so
I hear you. Well, one of the bench players I'm going in, I'm cracking him in his ribs. I'm an elbow to the rib, bro.
But even that, But even that, bro, because even the conversation we having now, right? That's like saying if we got our kids are playing basketball, right? And somebody do that stuff, and we tell the kid that come in, hey, when you see this guy right here, just give him an elbow.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, and when you think about it, right, the Knicks did it the right way. They're like, nah, I don't need to go in there and hit you back. I'm about to go out here and bust your, you know what I mean, and take this game. That's what they did. They played through it. They played through adversity. They played tough, right? Down the stretch. They made double standard. They won the games.
No, I don't. I hear you, and your points are valid. I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna use a different contextualization.
And we all play sports, by the way, everybody. So we understand. We all play sports here,
right? So my dad used to say this. Listen, if you and your brothers go somewhere, and somebody push your brother, when y'all get back here, I'm not asking what your brother did. I'm asking what you did when they pushed your brother. Because if you stood there and you did nothing, now me and you got a problem.
That's on the street, though, B. But this is the conversation that we just had earlier today about what happened on your trip.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, think about that conversation. Because at work or in a program or in life, right, we're teaching something completely different than that. Like, that's family, that's at home, that's on the street. Like, absolutely, those are rules of engagement. But when we're talking about in a professional environment, which this is, the NBA is, right? Or are we talking about in a just a professional environment in a program at school, right? The rules of engagement are different.
Hear me out. What I'm saying is, even if I don't go throw a blow, like, yo, everybody should have rushed and been right there, like, yo, like, you don't, even if we know we throwing wolf tickets, even if we know we selling wolf tickets, everybody showing up like, yo, we not just gonna let y'all, like, we just next play, inbound the ball. Like, everybody needed to show up and at least send a message by their presence. Like, yo, you not going, you know what I mean? You're not going to just throw our captain down and then it's just going to be that.
Listen, I understand that too, right? But then there's something else to just be able to be like, yo, look at this. That hardware too, right? You know what I mean?
That's the ultimate.
I used to get phone calls from a particular person saying, "Hey, I'm down here in the NGO, and such and such is violating some." Hey, I said, "Yo, why are you calling me? Why are you calling me? What is the roll from Muncher? The payment though." You know what I'm saying?
But again, that's the street, man. That's the street. I get it.
You just don't violate certain things. You know what I'm saying? When PA show up, man, we show up in a different light. So you're gonna look at PA, you're gonna respect PA, you're gonna do what you gotta do with PA, but you can't violate PA, because if you violate PA, something else gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? So I used to get phone calls. I'm like, yo, man, why you calling me, man? Don't call me. Yeah, don't do that.
But I think all points are valid though. But I guess there's rules of engagement depending on the circumstance, right? It's just rules of engagement,
bro. Yo, hold on. Yo, I just realized this dude Kareem got Knicks in 5 as this. Yo, man, are you kidding me?
No.
Yo,
hey,
that's what happened, right? That's what happened,
man. Hey, you gotta enjoy this. It may be another 53 years.
Might be
before you win one. You know what I'm saying? You may be 90.
So this might tick, and again, hey, the reality is, and the Knicks being good and the Knicks being in the finals was good for the NBA. Because last year's finals, and this is no disrespect, because I feel like SGA is a heck of a basketball player, and but the ratings were trash. They were trash. They weren't very good the year before that when Boston won. You know what I mean? And Boston has a pretty solid fan base, but the ratings weren't that good. The ratings, the NBA needed this finals, and again, I'm not one of those people who go, not to say that they're not out there, who are saying like, hey, or that it was, hey, the Knicks were going to be in the finals. I don't believe that. I believe the Knicks earned not only their way to the finals, but earned the ring they got. So that's you know what I mean. I want to make sure that I'm clear on that. Jalen Brunson is he a dog. Much respect to him.
Mike Brown, man, kudos to him too. Man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Coming through, getting cut in Sacramento to taking his team to the championship and winning, man. Great story.
For sure. The Knicks being good are great for the NBA, for the brand, because they need those ratings matter. And so, it matters to the league. So when the NBA finals, like, when you talking about going into like they said, there was as many. Matter of fact, I saw a sign that said MSG Texas. Like it was so many Knicks fans at the Spurs arena that some the fans had signs that said MSG, like, oh, Madison Square Garden, Texas. Like, this is just our home away from home. Like I'm like, that's when you got that kind of fan base and support, that is great for the NBA brand, because it means those large fan bases, those large market teams are bringing the awareness and the attention, because again, I didn't know there was this many Knicks fans ever,
bro. Half of the arena was Knicks fans.
Yeah, and so how many of them were true Knicks fans, and how many of them were Kareem type fans? You know what I mean?
Bro, it doesn't even matter. There was just I saw Knicks jerseys and Knicks hats all over that place, boy. They was in there.
Yeah, and so it means even the casual fan tunes in to watch when their team, who we didn't know that it was their team. Matter of fact, shout out to Monica McNutt. She, you know what I mean? I respected her position on it. She was like, she didn't know Taylor Swift was a Knicks fan. Like she's been covering the Knicks games for the last 5 years at every Knicks home game, and she's like, when did Taylor Swift become a Knicks fan? So she's like,
I like Monica McNutt. Yeah.
Taylor Swift didn't know Taylor Swift was a Knicks fan. So
yeah, Taylor Swift and Kareem, they compare notes, man.
No.
Yo, y'all gotta get off of man Kareem. Kareem's a true fan, man. He been with him for a minute, man. Yeah. As long as I knew him.
A minute, yeah.
But here's the thing about fandom, though, since we want to talk about fandom, right?
Taylor Swift.
Has anybody, for somebody to be a fan is a decision, right? The Knicks, San Fran, Phoenix Suns, Lakers, they don't pay us to be fans. Matter of fact, we pay them by buying their stuff. So unless somebody getting paid to be a fan, you got Spike Lee, who's been a fan for 41 years, has paid over $3 million over the lifetime that he's been going to a game.
I hope they give him a ring.
And we hope they give him a ring, bro. But only him. So if there's really a true fan of the Knicks, honestly, it's really just Spike Lee.
No, it's not true. That's not true.
I know it ain't true.
They
I
got
know
what
it
they call Vince Steller, something Stella.
Oh yeah, Vince Stiller.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
he said his dad was going
Tracy
like.
Morgan.
Yep.
You got some, you know what I'm saying, Fat Joe. You got all them dudes, man.
Yeah,
Them dudes, they've been.
My son's a fan, so he'll be a Knicks fan from here on out. My dad's not, he's a Knicks fan, so I'm a Knicks fan. My son's a Knicks fan, but they don't pay us to do this. Matter of fact, I've been.
Hey, man, I'm gonna talk to KJ. I'm gonna talk to KJ, man. Hey, dude, if you want your father to go through 53 years,
he's not a Lakers fan.
Come on, switch it on over, baby. Switch it over.
So let's talk
about a real chance. We spend money. We spend money in LA, baby.
Well, let's talk about Jalen Brunson's story real quick. So not so much about what he did in the game, but I was having this conversation with KJ about like he's 6'2". You know, they said that he wasn't really that good. He said he wasn't athletic. He wasn't this. He wasn't that. And he beat all the odds. So what kind of conversation, you know, should we as dads have with our sons, or just have with like young boys, period, who want to go after something, right? So be like your son is in the performing arts. Isaac, you know, your son is playing b-ball. Mark, your son probably gonna play soccer and maybe b-ball, right? But like, what is the conversation?
This nigga gonna play soccer, man.
That's exactly what I said.
And racist. You know what I'm saying?
No. And he did it to you during World Cup time.
Why can't he be a bowler, man? Like,
why can't be a bowler? You know what I'm saying? Or a tennis player. You know what I'm saying? It's all right though. It's all right. Soccer it is, sir.
Yo, but now that story, Jalen Brunson's story, man, is tough. And I just remember like a few years ago, just kind of watching a documentary or some type of I don't know, was it 40 for 40 or whatever it was, you know, on him, and you know, just how his dad would kind of, you know, coach him and have him outside like shooting 1,000 free throws. You miss one, you start over, right? You know, and just that drive and determination that he had, and that his dad put, you know, that pressure that his dad put on him, you know, is one thing, right? But the thing is, I think that the difference is a lot of times, you know, we get in these situations and the father, we put a lot of pressure on the son, and the son just shows that they don't want to do it and they end up giving up, right? With Jalen Brunson, you can tell like he was destined for this, right? Because even though he was getting pushed like that, and even though he was, you know, kind of, you know, making him go, you know, overtime and driving him to the point where it seemed like he didn't want to do it, he came back the next day. And he was there putting in that time and energy and effort to doing it the next day. So that's one of those, I think, father-son relationships that just worked as a father-son, and player coach, right? And that doesn't always work. So whenever they were able to kind of figure out what that balance was and what allowed him to actually receive that additional pressure from his father, right? But also, you know, still being able to have that father-son relationship. That's not necessarily an easy thing to do, but they figured it out, and they figured it out to get to this international stage, like if you want to say world championships, right? And be able to be successful, you know, with it as well.
It's interesting you say that, because you know, to that end, right? So just had a conversation about this in the context of, you know, a Rick Brunson, a Richard Williams, Serena and Venus' dad, or in a similar context. And again, he's a little, there's a lot more that, you know what I mean, would have to be unpacked with him. But in terms of his push and his drive, Joe Jackson, right? Like the push and the drive, like they to a degree they sacrifice like the short-term relationship for the long-term gain, right? If the big picture was like, and Jalen always, you know, I think we might have watched the same thing, because I think one of the points that I pulled out from watching it was he would always ask him, he would like check in like, yo, do you want to stop? And he was like, you know, every time he checked in, Jalen would be like, nah, keep going. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, so as hard as he pushed him, it was, you know what I mean? It was like, yo, hey, we could stop at whatever point, you know what I mean? And I feel like Jalen understood, like, yo, stop. I'm looking at my dad. My dad is there already living the dream that I have. So if I stop, you know what I mean, and I trust that he can get me to where he is, then I'll accept the pushing as much as it may put a strain on our father-son relationship right now. And I think and there's I think that's a place you got to navigate. It takes a lot of, ebb and flow to navigate that dynamic. Because
again, we've seen people do it wrong. We've seen people do it wrong.
A lot of people do it wrong because they don't
Joe Jackson did it wrong.
They don't have the leadership quality.
We could say he did it wrong, but he produced.
No, I'm just saying. I'm not talking about artist of all time. I'm not talking about Joe Jackson. I'm just saying.
I don't know if he did, but
yeah, I think people do it wrong because on the strength that they don't get the proper training or the proper knowledge that they may need to get to the point. Right. I want to make 2 points. 1 point, Jalen Brunson been killing people from day one. You understand what I'm saying? He been tearing them up. You go to Chicago and tear up all of Chicago in a tournament down there. You know what I'm saying? You could do that, do the research on that. Right? They must have dropped 52 on them down there. Crazy. 2, my second point is we have this kid who about to get drafted, AJ Banter. His father do the same thing. And his father's smart, right? And I want to shout the dad out. What the father did, the father oversees his day-to-day activities, what's going on. His father also works. He's a working man. And we talk about sacrifice. So he sacrificed a lot to be around with his son and travel with his son and all this other stuff that goes along. He seek information from people that could help him to navigate his son's future. Right? He did that. Right? He's his son agent. He didn't need an agent. He said, I know what my son worth. I know what my son worth. He already got a contract with Nike because of that. He got a contract with Nike, right? And now he's going to be probably, it'll be stupid not to take him as the number 1 draft pick, right? So he knows what that money is going to be because that money is kind of plateaued at a certain amount. So he's going to get he's going to get the bag there and all the other endorsement that's going to come. So all that money stays in the family. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to pay an agent 5%, 10% of anything. His father, Shaq hooked him up with a few people that give him the knowledge that he needs. So we was talking about earlier. Sometimes we as fathers don't like if Josiah become a footballer, you know what I'm saying? I have people I could go to. I have y'all I could go to. Or y'all could play my role. You know what I'm saying? Because I may not know about football like I know basketball. You know what I'm saying? Vice versa. So we have that going for us. And we have other people in different places or in higher places, basketball and football, that we could call on. I know somebody that could make a phone call. You know what I'm saying? So we have those type of things going, man. We just have to knowledge, get the knowledge of what we're doing with our children, basically.
No, I feel you and I agree, Brew. To a point that I think Kareem was touching on earlier when he mentioned it or brought it up, as it relates to kind of all of the naysayers that have been around or who have made statements like Stephen A. Smith said every time he sees Jalen Brunson has a way of reminding him about what he said himself about Jalen Brunson, and so people can have an opinion and say whatever, right? People are going to say whatever. They're going to formulate an opinion. But my dad used to say this, you know what I mean? They didn't make you, so you don't let them break you. You know what I mean? Like if they don't know, and I think to that point, right? when we look at when we see the videos of Rick Brunson coaching Jalen as a youth, right, and how hard he was on him, right, like all the people who were naysaying missed that you could not mentally break him because what he had already kind of been conditioned to. And I think that's, so similar to Kareem, man, I sent about 40 videos. I was sending videos left and right to my son today about that. Like all the people who doubted and questioned and undermined, what Jaylen Brown could be, all these ceilings they put on him because they missed the most important thing about him, and that was he had it inside. He had that heart. He had that drive, that intestinal fortitude. You know what I mean? So everything you might be able to say about me, external, like, and honestly, even if they wanted to, if they really would have looked at it, if they looked at every place he's ever been, he's been a winner.
Every place. High
school, won. College, won twice. You know what I mean? Like everywhere he's gone, he's a winner. And I think that trait, that quality, that characteristic sometimes gets missed, man. You want winners on you want winners on your team.
Well, and don't forget that. Don't forget he took a pay cut.
Let's talk. Yeah.
I don't think the pay cut too heavy because I respect what he did, but the pay cut is in context of okay, hey, I think players are doing it still within the context of I'll do this, but I'm gonna take less. I'm gonna also sign for less years because if you're not gonna pay me and then not bring in the talent to keep us competitive. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, you can't get both. Like back in the day, they used to try to not pay guys, but get them like Scottie Pippen, who signed a 9-year deal one time, and the deal ended up being like only worth like $3 million a year. So you had rookies coming in who ended up not really panning out. That was making $10 million a year, and Scotty sitting there looking like, yo, man, these dudes making 3 times as much as I am. I'm a X number of time NBA champion, first team, and all this. And so the pay cut it's got to be in a part of the bigger picture.
So let's talk about teammates, right? Since we on it. So because I wanted to. So we know that Jalen Brunson is the captain. He's the MVP, right? But we know that he didn't do all this by himself, right? In terms of he had a supporting cast around him. So when we think about teamwork, right? I see this a lot in sports. It's usually the one kid. It's so funny to talk to somebody about it with football. There's one kid, he's really fast, and they just run that kid. Keep going, keep running them. What I noticed, though, as the kids get older, that the other kids start catching up. So now that same kid who might have been fast like 2 years ago, nobody can catch him. Now everybody can catch that kid and put a hit on him, right? So, like, how do we have the conversation around not being the star, but being the role player? Like, how do we have that conversation?
I think in order to get to the NBA, you got to be a star in order to become a role player at that level. But I think it's really just kind of focusing on what you do well, right? Because not every player is going to have a bag that they can dribble, that they can shoot, that they can pass, dunk, rebound, right? Some players are defensive specialists that rebound the ball. You know what I mean? And if they really focus on that and perfect that, you got like your Dennis Rodman's, right? That's a Hall of Famer, and has helped many teams win championships, right? I mean, he's also an aggravator as well too, throughout that process. But he perfected those things, right? And he was able to kind of make a career out of it. So, yeah, I think it is important to be a role player. But I think in order to be able to get to that level, you got to be well-rounded. And the game that we're looking at now, if we're talking about basketball in particular, like it's completely shifted to what it was before. You don't see a lot of those type of players, right? So I think at a certain level, you have to excel, but also not everybody has those aspirations. Not every young person has the aspirations to get to the NBA or get to that level. So, I think it's really just as a parent, not trying to push your child to do something that that's not in their future as well, right? We could probably all look at a kid and be like, yeah, and you out there, you working, you're doing everything you can. Your skill level just isn't there, right? We can identify that, right? I'm not going to discourage them from playing at this level, but ultimately, having those conversations where you got to figure out what's that plan B as well too. So I think it's being realistic.
Sports is a way out for a lot of
honest, bro. Right? With your children, but also kind of continue to motivate them to excel at whatever level they're going to excel at. And when it's over, just understand that it's over, and hopefully that's not heartbreak. Heartbreak.
Sports is a way out for some folks, bro. I see it all the time. But go ahead. But I know because you.
Yeah, I think realism is a out we use to try to, you know what I mean, to and we do it with the best intentions. We don't want to set a kid up for disappointment or failure, but maybe
what you call it being realism.
Yeah, but I look at it like this: not maybe you don't become an athlete like Nick Sirianni is the coach, the head coach for the Philadelphia Eagles, who didn't, last year they're 1 year removed from an NFL Super Bowl championship. Nick Sirianni was a Division III player. I played Division III football. You know what I mean?
Mount Union.
Yeah. So
which is a national championship team.
You know what I mean? I'm saying that to say this. This is what I tell my son. I tell my son all the time. Listen, the goal is not to be the best 14-year-old in the city, in the state, in the country. That means what, right? Because I hate to use this as an example, but an example that everybody I think could get is, man, Zion Williamson was a YouTube phenomena. And I mean, from middle school, this dude was dunking on, jumping over dudes. He was outstanding from the time he was in middle school, right? Bro hasn't really been healthy a full season, and that doesn't mean he's not an outstanding ball player. But again, one of the things they've been saying about Jalen Brunson today is
on the gumbo.
Hey, I'm not
the gumbo and the gals.
And what's the other thing? Kareem?
And the gals.
No, the other thing with the powder joint.
Oh, the creatine or what?
The donut, man. With the donut, they call that.
Yeah. Oh, the beignets.
Oh, the beignets. Yes.
Yeah. And they need to put that joint down, man. They need to just trade them to a different city that don't have gumbo and beignets, man. My bad.
They might as well send them to Utah.
But
yeah, could have been in shape.
He was the best. Again, he was the best 14-year-old, 15-year-old, 16-year-old, 17-year-old, 18-year-old, 19-year-old in the country. And here it is, Jalen Brunson, who was this second-round draft pick, is now Finals MVP because the goal was never to be the best. Again, 14. The goal was be the best player you can possibly be. Maximize. I'll give you another one. Steph Curry was not the best 14, 15-year-old, 16-year-old. He wasn't none of those things.
Remind me of Steph Curry. Yeah.
You know what I mean? He wasn't any of those things. He didn't have a major Division I college scholarship offer. He was maximizing being the best player he could possibly be. And because he never gave up on himself, what it translated to. And that's what I try to push is don't ever not work hard because you feel like, you're not the best 14, 15-year-old, 16-year-old, whatever. Man, outwork everybody because that's the one thing you can control. And where we end up, where we land will be where we land. But I guarantee if we don't put the work in, that we won't ever honestly know where we could have landed.
Well, there's two things though. Is work and attitude, right? Because even when we look at not only Jalen, but if you look at his teammates, I was watching them on the Good Morning America show, there's an attitude that they have, man. It's like yo, we here, we it. You know what I mean? It's humble, but it's like we it. You know what I mean? Like it's just that attitude that also like comes with that work as well, because kind of like what you're saying with Zion, unfortunately, is that he the attitude in the work was kind of like you know what I mean? And he got hurt too. So I mean, just give him that slack. But I think, man, we talking to our sons and young males, man, is like put in the work, put in the attitude. And us as dads and us as coaches, we got to understand that at some point we're not gonna be able to coach them no more. Like we can advise them, we can work with them, but at some point, like unless we are like Rick Brunson and the Boozers and all them people that have been to the professional league and can speak to it, like we got to be like, hey, we got to put our kids in the hands of somebody that we trust. That's gonna help get them to that level too.
Yeah, I agree. We got to put them in the hands of people who, you know what I mean, who can give them the support and the guidance and teach them the game beyond what our level may or ability may be. But again, every coach, you know what I mean, you had those little sayings, man. We had two. We had EAE, and that was one of our breakdown chants. EAE is the energy, attitude, effort, and ACE, like ACE, you know what I'm saying? A different ACEs than the one I put in the chat earlier. But this is attitude, choices, effort. And these things are the things that you can control. You can control your attitude, you can control your choices, you control your effort, you control your energy, your attitude, and your effort. Like, so when we would break down, we would sometimes break down on EAE or ACE, again, just to remind them, like, yo, the things you can control those things. You know what I mean? And again, so
you can control, and they can control their plan B, right? Because like all of y'all ain't gonna make it. That's the reality.
But does plan B have to be something completely abstract? You can go into coaching.
Yeah, you absolutely can.
It doesn't.
A lot of the best. I agree. A lot of the best coaches were subpar basketball players, football players, hockey players. But they understood the game, right? They just couldn't execute. And that's the reality of the situation. And that's why I said you got to be elite. Like, you got to be elite, and you got to put in work. It's not even just the one. You can be elite and then not put in that work, and you're still not gonna make it, right? Like they talk about, it's like you better chance getting struck by lightning than tend to get one of them slots. For WNBA, even less, right? Because they got less teams. So you have to be amazing, right? You have to put in that work and energy and effort. And that's what I was saying. Like, if you see a young person and they're not doing those things, like, you can pretty much say, hey, what else do you want to do? Because
or go up and say, hey, it's time to start thinking about coaching. Because
right.
You and again,
like, you really understand the game, man. Let's look at it a little bit differently. Come over here, with me, and what do you see, right?
Yeah,
like, give them a different vantage point, because when you out there in between the lines, man, we're not doing too good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
like, have y'all seen those videos of the little young boy? But man, he be out there. He be calling it like he be on the sidelines.
He look like he about 6 or 7 years old.
Yeah. But you can tell early, like, that's, man, that he's. I would not be surprised to see him at some point in the future coaching. Like, he's gonna be a coach.
He's already walked into his purpose, man.
Yeah, absolutely. So I feel like we have, you know what I mean? We just, so, and again, the reason I contextualize that, because I'm from that era where when the people around us said plan B, they were telling you, like, oh yeah, you better go learn how to learn a trade,
be a police officer.
Yeah, plan B was plan B.
Nah, I mean, today plan B might be, hey, you use
Sports
these
cast.
or a YouTuber, like,
yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, you analyze these games, man, get some footage of it, post it, put it up, right? Because you got a good following, you're popular, right? There's a lot of people that like you. You got a good personality. Like, there's a lot of different things that could still be connected to it, right? But again, you want them thinking about, it's not just me standing on this court, running up and down this court, or running up and down this field. There's other aspects to it, absolutely, right? But you don't know that unless you are they don't know that unless they get the opportunity to kind of explore that as well too.
Well, we kind of get into time right now, so we want to do some live.
Speaking of, let me I'm gonna get an early shout out in. I'm gonna come back, but early shout out, man. Shout out to Samir Thomas. He's he plays football for Brockport, but he is like, man, he is heavy on his grind with the content creation and it's all around, developing as an athlete. Like he does, for speed work, you know what I mean, is like one of his major things. But he is definitely on his content grind heavy. So, shout out to that young man. Speaking of plan Bs, right? So, even if he never makes it to the next level, you know what I mean, he's already building, a platform to be able to stay within the framework of what he spent his life doing and loving, and that's in football. Like I think he's got like somewhere he's got a large social media Instagram following. This young brother got 42,000 followers, almost 43,000 followers on Instagram.
Wow.
And, he plays running back for Brockport.
Talk about SUNY Brockport when we went to school, or the
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
me too.
So yeah.
Up, man.
I got 4 or 3 followers.
That's because you don't post regularly or at all.
Yeah, close to at all, but yeah.
Close to at all.
So, yo, let me get my shout outs first, man. I got 2 shout outs. I got a shout out my dad who had a birthday on June 10th.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, so kudos to him for being an old man, you know what I mean, still out here doing it big. And then I gotta give a shout out to my wonderful, beautiful wife who's got a birthday in 2 days.
Yes,
on the 17th, man.
I just checked that out too. I just see that.
Yeah, definitely gotta shout her out, man. Ezra, happy birthday to you. We're going to one of the islands to celebrate. Not this week, but once the kids get out of school and they leaving they right here. So we plan to definitely have a good time, but just wanted to shout them 2 out today. And yeah, everybody else in the chat, we see y'all.
Bro, you want to go?
No, you go, man.
All right.
You got it.
Oh, okay. First thing is I want to shout out to Priscilla Parker, my mom, Sheila Hayes, and to the team for putting on a wonderful Father's Day event this past weekend. It was at the RIT Alumni House. It was called Men of Distinction. Our very own Shafon Higgins was a speaker, as well as Eddie Blanding, and they spoke on pain and purpose. So it was a great time. We had a good showing. We got some young cats come out too as well. So definitely want to shout them out. Be on the lookout for it again next year, and we'll keep you updated on that. Next thing I want to say is, and this is only because they put it out on social media already, but I want to shout out to our bro Ethan and our sis Fatima on their new baby girl. So mom and daughter are doing well. So definitely want to shout them out. I want to shout out to my son. He wanted to start a podcast, so we started it on Sunday, and we're going to be putting the episodes out pretty soon. But I want to shout him out because he wanted to do a podcast to talk about fatherhood and sonship and things that were important to him. So definitely want to shout him out for that. Next is I want to shout out to my daughter Chloe and to Isaac's daughters for getting the Academic Achievement Award for Urban Suburban. So shout out to them. I can't believe how tall these girls are, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, man. They like your height.
Yeah, right. Right. So definitely want to shout them out, bro. And then lastly, I got something else for lastly. But
bet you do. I bet you do.
I want to shout out to all the dads. Shout out to all three of you brothers for being amazing dads, for being present in your kids' lives, for being present, in your relationships, for being dads to others, uncles, cousins. So definitely want to shout y'all brothers out, man. You all are a great example of what it means to be a father. Last but not least, I want to shout out to my wife, Dr. Bay, and I want to shout her out because it's looking like Father's Day gonna be popping this year. So shout out to you, babe. I love you. All right, B, you can go.
Yo, she hit you with the "Here we go."
Yeah, because she realized she was the afterthought.
He says he kept it mild though. He kept it mild today.
Yeah. Hey, it's okay. She was an afterthought. It's okay, bro.
That's a lie. The devil's a liar.
Go ahead, B.
Yo, first, shout out to everybody that was in the chat, man. Bro, Warren Meeks, man, Junior, we see you, bro. Much love, yo. And he another one. He definitely rep the Knicks all day. So shout out to you, brother Ellis Randall. Much love. We appreciate you, bro, for tuning in. Yo, Chanel, we see you, cuz. You know what I mean. Definitely shout out to you, Calvin. So the reason I saved you for last, bro, is because not only are we shouting you out for watching, but if y'all, I don't know if y'all follow him, but his daughter got a D1 scholarship offer. So salute, shout out to you, man. Again, we done seen the work, we done seen the footage, man. She's definitely earned it, and it's only up from here. So shout out to you. So and since we on that wave of the offers, man, I want to shout out. I don't know again if y'all follow Jay Walk, man, Justin Walker, bro. He posted his son had an official visit to UB this past weekend. So they offered him, and so it's looking up. You know what I mean? It's looking real up there. So shout out to Jay Walk and his son Brian on just being an outstanding young student athlete, man, and earning these offers to go to school. Not only to continue to follow their dreams, but going to school for free. You know what I mean? That's huge, to get that offer. Shout out to Brian's teammate, Terrence. We call him Pat P. Barnes. He got offered and he's verbally committed to UB.
Yeah. So
shout out to these, man, amazing, talented young athletes locally, and shout out to G-Hop and CTC, man, for the amazing work that they're doing, getting these kids the exposure. Man, I don't know if y'all don't know Terrell, man, his son TJ, man, out at Rush Henrietta, he's getting offers like he 9th grade starting cornerback, and he's been offered by Penn State already. He going to camps, killing it, man. He is a dog. Be on the lookout for TJ over at Rush, man, for the next few years, man. He's gonna be. Listen, he a dog, man. He gonna be dominating. Also shout out to Gavin over at I
saw that too.
Gavin at UPrep. I think he's verbally committed now. Shout out to Elijah Johnson over at Monroe. He committed to Rutgers. Trent Buttles, my guy, Trent Buttles, again committed to Rutgers. And all these kids, man, all these kids I just named. All you know what I mean? Yeah, CTC babies. We call them tree babies, man. They they all getting that, you know what I mean, exposure and opportunity and development training, and just over at CTC, man. So continue to do the great amazing work that you're doing.
Shout out to all their teammates who's going with Plan B. Yeah, we salute them too.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, it's a lot of them going to college too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Doing some great things too. Yeah, shout out to them.
Mm-hmm. I gotta shout out. I gotta shout out Kareem. Yo, so I don't know if we got a chance to tell y'all last week, but Kareem came out and did photography for it with us at the celebrity softball game. It was the Buffalo Bills offense versus defense, man, and it was if you see if you know Kareem's work, it's amazing. But man, look at these pics, man. It's just Kareem just continues to elevate his craft, and so shout out and salute to you, bro.
There's a few blurry ones in there, though, man. It's a few blurries.
Yeah, I didn't share
those. Yo, so continue. Shout out to you, man. Shout out to James Waters. For those that don't know, man, Bro Talk will be doing some work next week with brother James Waters, and just doing what we do, man, and it's opening doors and opportunities. And so shout out to everybody that's opened the door. And so shout out and salute to James. And speaking of James, shout out to and happy early Father's Day to all the fathers. So, my father in the frat, James, will start there. But all of you brothers, man, Brew, Kareem, Isaac, man, happy early Father's Day. Shout out and salute to you both. You know what I mean? To the three of you. Shout out to my spiritual father, Apostle Dr. Gregory R. Wells. Man, happy early Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to my dad, who's going on. And happy Father's Day to my brother Wallace, who's also passed on, and I know he's looking down. My nephew, his youngest son, his baby boy, graduated this past weekend. Joaquin, nephew, proud of you, man, indeed. And just continue to just be everything your dad would want you to be. And now
you got 30 seconds, bro. you can't go without doing that.
Oh yeah,
wrap it up.
Well, now last. Now okay. I can get the last. You know what I mean? Now I can get the last. Not last. Oh, not last.
Cut you off, and then you won't be able to count tonight.
Every shout out was a relevant one.
Okay, all right. I was about to cut you off though.
But shout out to my wife, my baby mom, who I get to go. Shout out to the amazing, phenomenal Satoya Smith. Love you, babe. Couldn't do this without you. So, I'm not a dad without you. So, shout out to you.
Hey man, you done, man? You done all we what did homeboy say?
You finished or is we done? We done.
Yo, man. First of all, happy Father's Day to you guys, man. And first of all, man, hey, man. I'm running a sale on my Greek masses for Father's Day. Y'all hit me up if y'all interested. You know what I'm saying? For all you lookers out there, man, we have them all here. Father's Day special going on. So y'all, I pick up the Sigma Gamma Rho. I was supposed to pick up like the alpha. Like that. You know what I'm saying? Father's Day going down.
Hey, listen.
All inclusive. All inclusive. But you know what I'm saying? It's Father's Day, man. It's Father's Day. You know what I'm saying? So we're doing a special from today until Friday. You know what I'm saying? So y'all hit me up. Kudos to you brothers, man, for being great fathers, man. I know I take some things from each of you brothers because I'm the oldest right here on this platform, but I'm the youngest when it comes to having children. You know what I'm saying? I'm grateful for you guys, man. And I want to send a shout out to Brother Brock, DQ, my dean, Mr. Patrick Setch, and DQ, Eminem. Just to give a few brothers, man, that paved the way for me. Just a shout out to you guys.
Sorry, man, I can't read your comments while I'm trying to listen to Brew and be serious right now.
And fathers. And fathers out there, man, you know what I'm saying, all over the globe, Rochester, New York, the DMV. I hope you guys get the gift that you guys deserve. And remember, it's not all about the gifts. It's about, us being consistent with our children. You know what I'm saying? I believe that every boy needs a man in the house. And I also believe every young lady needs a father to be a role model they can look at to see what it is in the future, what their future should look like, when they start dating. That's just my thing, you know what I'm saying? I have a prince and I have a princess. You know what I'm saying? I need another one, but I'm gonna work on it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not like cats that be snip. No, sir. Listen, I'm a rude boy.
Listen, I can still work on it, but
You know what I'm saying?
I
You know
just
what
know
I'm
the
saying?
outcome.
Hey, I'm gonna fire up. You know what I'm saying? Hey, and Stephanie, if you out there, Father's Day's coming. I still need my, you know what? You know what I'm saying? And for all, I'm still taking gifts. Cologne is good. Everybody, ladies out there, I'm still taking gifts. You know. Shout out to Miss P, and I think that's it for me, man. James Walters, shout out love for James Walters, man. Great father, great husband. You know what I'm saying? Hey, beat. You have no more shout outs.
I definitely got 2 more shout outs.
You know what I'm saying? You're done.
You said one, but you made me forget. Yo, shout out to Row Alpha's own Ken Sayers and Dr. Leonard Brock, man. They both got books coming out, so be on the lookout for those. You know what I mean? You know, Ken's book is about discipleship, and again, a great kingdom read. And then my Line Brothers, his is about the neighborhood scholar and just sharing his story, man. And I guarantee you, both of those books are gonna bless your life. So be on the lookout for those, man. Support.
So, all right, man. With that said, go out and support a Black business, and we're gonna see y'all next week. Oh, we gonna be done, brothers. Remember, usually we end around Father's Day, so I think the Monday after is gonna be our last one on. So check us out for the last one, people. We'll see y'all later. Peace.